Wow, welcome to this video. So this video is for engineers as well as any other professional that is interested in knowing how to use ChatGPT to draft business proposal or contract proposal, as well as to draft bill of quantities. All right, so depending on the information you feed to it. So go ahead to log in and we start right away. Hello, my name is Onuzrike Chukwagozie. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead to hit the subscribe button. So I was wowed with the capability of ChatGPT to be used to create a bill of quantity, to be used to create a proposal. All right, and here we have, imagine yourself as an engineer with 5 years experience in electrical, solar and inverter system installation. You have been asked to handle the installation of solar street lights in 8 villages in Umoma village. Alright, so draft a well-detailed proposal that will be submitted to the village head, and you hit go and boom, here is ChatGPT doing its thing. Wow, super crazy. This is ChatGPT magic. Alright, so ChatGPT can be used for a whole lot of things, one of which is to generate your proposal like this. Right now it started with what? Your name, your address. Like this is standard proposal. So subject is proposal for solar street light installation in Umoma village. So there, the name of the, then it goes on. So the scope of this project includes installation of solar street light in the following 8 villages. So it goes and on and on and on. It talks about the project timeline, project budget, maintenance and support. So continue generating until it gets to the end. So it has a very nice conclusion. We are confident that our experience, technical expertise and commitment to quality will result in a successful installation of solar street lights in Umoma village. So we understand the importance. So all these things are being done for you. You don't have to stress yourself coming up with this. You can just print this, then edit it accordingly, then input your relevant details where necessary. This is ChatGPT magic. Wow. So after the proposal is done, we want ChatGPT to include a cost estimate. All right, so remember, all these things have been done before now, and then I'm just incorporating this. So also include a cost estimate of a total installation of 177 solar street lights. So these solar street lights are of 2 types and will be installed on already existing electric service poles. So here are the details. So feed ChatGPT with what it needs and it's going to do its thing for you. And you have logistic costs, then you have miscellaneous, so you can go ahead to boom. So based on provided details, here is the cost estimate and it does its thing. Wow, it does its maths. All right, so here are the estimated cost estimate for installation of 177 solar street lights in Umoma village. So it goes, so for type 1, 24 I solar street lights. So number of lights is 100, cost per unit is this. So total cost for type 1, and goes ahead to do all the calculation. After everything, it sums up everything here. Right, it sums up everything here. So total cost, it does all the whole summation. So please note that this cost estimate is based on the provided information and may vary depending on the specific site conditions, additional requirements and any unforeseen. So this is super crazy. It's ChatGPT telling you that this cost estimate is tentative. All right, remember I told you that when working with ChatGPT, it's like a communication. All right, you are communicating with someone, but in this case the person is AI. Now we are here. I said I want you to go through our proposal. Is there anything you think we need to add? Can this be modified? Let me know. And you boom, ChatGPT goes through the proposal. I can review the proposal and suggest any necessary additions or modifications. Please provide me with the proposal text and I'll be happy to provide feedback. You already have it. Come on, ChatGPT. You already have the needed details you requested for based on previous response. Please use and respond accordingly. Alright, so ChatGPT will apologize. Okay, so it actually kind of have shall I say emotion, because it says I'm sorry, my apologies for this and all that. So look at what ChatGPT has written, so or has suggested we add. So apologies for the confusion. Upon reviewing the provided proposal, here are a few suggestions for potential additions or modification. So ChatGPT can review a text and advise you accordingly to some extent though, right? But that does not mean that you shouldn't take away the place of human judgment. Does that make sense? All right, so it says what? Introduction. Consider adding a brief introduction section at the beginning of the proposal to provide a concise overview of the project and its objectives. So this will help to capture the attention of the reader and provide context for the proposal. It goes ahead to mention what needs to be added: project benefits, community engagement, sustainability, monitoring and evaluation, financial considerations, visual aids, blah blah. So remember, these suggestions are meant to enhance the proposal and make it more comprehensive. You can adapt and modify the proposal according to the specific needs and preferences of Umoma. Now this is where this gets interesting. So ChatGPT is suggesting, reviewing the proposal and suggesting all these things for us. ChatGPT is smart, but you also have to know what you want. And here I have it. So very good. Thank you for the feedback. Now go ahead and implement all that you have suggested, putting into consideration that the need for the solar street light was as a result of failed supply of power to the village for over 6 months. So these are additional details you are providing ChatGPT. Other things you need to know is that this solar street light project is being sponsored by Son of the Soil. Now over to you. So ChatGPT will be very glad to implement all this as well as all that it has suggested. So look at the introduction, look at the project overview, look at the project scope, look at the project benefits just like it's mentioned, look at the technical approach, the site assessment, lighting design, and this is super awesome. So it will get to a point where you ask it to continue generating. Oh my god, like I just feel so excited right now of the many things you can do with ChatGPT. All right, so don't sleep on this. Go ahead and start using ChatGPT for now. So the first version is free. What are you waiting for? Don't sleep on this. All right, so you have conclusion. So we are honored to present this proposal for the installation of solar street lights in Umoma village. With our expertise and commitment to quality, we are confident that the implementation of this project will greatly improve the safety, security and quality of life for the residents. We appreciate the support of the Son of the Soil in sponsoring this project. Remember that detail that we added, so which demonstrates a shared commitment to the development and well-being of the community. So we are available to discuss this proposal further and address any questions or concerns you may have. Please feel free to contact me at blah blah blah. So thank you for considering. Now this looks so human. It looks as if a human have sat down to write this out. So certainly based now, after feeding into it these additional details and instruction, it goes ahead to say what? Certainly based on the provided information. Now ChatGPT will act on provided information and details only. Right, it now goes out of its way to give you suggestions of how to make things better. Then you can now go ahead to ask it to implement those suggestions into the already existing document. How about that? All right, so ChatGPT can act as your PA, personal assistant, all right, or your virtual assistant, whatever. All right, so I have revised and expanded the proposal to incorporate the suggestions and additional detail. Please find the modifier. Now it goes ahead. Remember where it says what? Also include an introduction, project benefit, community engagement. It went ahead to give you an introduction. All right, so I'm writing to submit. So this is the introduction. You have project overview. So we understand the critical need for reliable and sustainable lighting solution in Umoma village, particularly considering the ongoing power supply challenges that the community has been facing for over 6 months. So it knows where to include all this, incorporate all these details that you've added. So therefore we are pleased to present this blah blah blah. So the objective of this project is to address the current power supply issues and provide a dependable lighting solution. And it goes on and on and on and on. This is super crazy. Wow, magic of ChatGPT. So if you're an engineer and you're not using ChatGPT, you are missing out on a whole lot. So we continue and I like this response. Now go ahead and include the cost estimates previously done and put everything together. Review the cost estimate and let me know if there's anything I might have missed out. So you kind of give ChatGPT instruction, just fold your leg, give it instruction and see the magic happen. Right, so the cost estimate that was added before, now you ask ChatGPT, all right, go ahead and include it and review it and bring up everything together. Let's see what you have. And ChatGPT does its thing. So here is ChatGPT, and at the end it says of cost estimate breakdown. So at the end, I don't quite, why didn't it do the calculation? So at the end, why did you leave out the figures? So ChatGPT left out the figures at the end, and instead it's replaced with what total cost in currency and all that. So let's know why. You can ask it question, definitely you can interact with it. Okay, so it apologizes, and at the end I'm sure it will do the needful. Okay, so it will do the needful. So you are communicating, you are interacting, and you are getting positive feedback, you are getting positive response. ChatGPT magic. And here it gives you what you are looking for. All right, so this is what I actually needed it to do, instead of just giving me this. All right, so instead of just giving me total cost in currency, so I needed it to give me figures, right? And it went ahead to do just that. So this is ChatGPT doing what you want it to do. Right now, you must know what you want from ChatGPT to get the right results. Definitely. Now we are communicating, and I have this. So very well, it's crystal clear to me now. Is there anything you think we might need to include in the cost estimate? Now I'm using we because like it's two people together in this team. Right, remember I started with, imagine you're an experienced engineer with 5 years experience. Now we are in this together, we are like reasoning together and working together to get the needed advice. So, and it comes up with this. So very well, so is there anything you think we need to include in the cost estimate? Now the cost estimate provided appears to be comprehensive. However, to ensure accuracy and transparency, it's essential to include any additional expenses that may arise during the implementation of the project. Here are a few items you may want to consider. Now, tell me why this is not crazy. ChatGPT being so smart, being so professional, knowing that okay, these things might arise in future. You have permits and licenses, you have site preparation, you have training and capacity building, you have quality assurance and testing. So even after everything, you ask it, help me and go through this. Is there anything you think we might need? Is there anything you think we might take out? Is there anything that you think might give us issues in future? You have warranty and support. So by including these potential expenses, you can provide a more comprehensive and accurate cost estimate, ensuring that all aspects of the projects are accounted for. Wow, now this is the sweetest part of it. The cost estimate provided appears to be comprehensive. Appears, look at that word, appears, right? It's not taking away the fact that it is not complete, and it went ahead to do what? However, right, to ensure accuracy and transparency, it is essential to include any additional expenses that may arise during the implementation of the project, and it went ahead to do what? Give you those additional expenses. So for now, I'm satisfied with what you have prepared. If there's any changes that needs to be added or modified, I'll let you know accordingly. Thank you. And I tell ChatGPT this, I give you a thumbs up, and here is its reply. So you're welcome. I'm glad you're satisfied with the proposal and cost estimate provided so far. If you have any further changes or modifications in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. So I'm here to assist you. Good luck with your solar street light installation project in Omaha Village, and I hope it brings positive change to the community. Now, is this not super awesome? Is this not super awesome? All right, remember I've not used this regenerate response, because if probably you think the response is not okay, you can go ahead to regenerate response, and you have version 1 and version 2. All right, so here it is. So you're welcome. I'm glad to hear that you're satisfied with the proposal and cost estimate. Should you require any further, so you can go back to version 1 to see what it looks like, and back to version 2 to see what it looks like, so you can decide which one is better or worse, and that is a way of providing feedback. We are not done yet, so we want ChatGPT to do more tasks for us. So is there any regulation in Nigeria guiding the installation of solar street lights by individuals in a community? So you are asking specific questions. Right now, ChatGPT will tell you, okay, these are the regulations, these are the different bodies that you must meet their requirements. Here is what it has to say. Yes, in Nigeria, there are regulations and guidelines that govern the installation of solar street lights by individuals or communities. So here are some key regulations and considerations to keep in mind. So you have the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission, you have the local state and local government regulations, you have environmental impact assessments and all that. Right, so it is recommended to consult with local authorities, engage with reputable solar companies, and ensure compliance with relevant regulations and standards to carry out a successful and compliant solar street light installation in Nigeria. Wow, now this is super great. So great, can you be more specific as regards this regulation, especially in, so definitely this regulation is maybe as regards Nigeria, but want to be more specific, and here we go again. Now when you see ChatGPT blinking, that means it's thinking. That means the work you are giving to it is a little bit complex. It has to streamline it to your needs. All right, now here we go. ChatGPT. Right, I don't know why we've not discovered all this before now, but AI is taking over. AI is super cool, especially if you know how to use it. It's all right. So go ahead, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this video is actually helping you to meet your needs. All right. Remember, ChatGPT, you can use it as a professional. You can use it as a lawyer, a teacher. You can use it to help you to draft a whole lot of proposal, a whole lot of business plans, a whole lot of resumes, can guide you on a whole lot of things, and this will help you to work smarter, work more efficiently. And it's still going. ChatGPT is still going because we asked it to be more specific to our region of interest, which is Imo State in this case. Wow. So can you see all those many results? Can you see all those many bodies? So this is ChatGPT. So to get more specific information on the regulations and guidelines for solar street lights installation in Owerri, Imo State, it's recommended to directly contact the Imo State Ministry of Power, Imo State Urban Development Authority, or other relevant local authorities. They will be able to provide you with the most up-to-date and accurate information, and this is true, right? So ChatGPT can actually give you an overview, right? But it's different from you going to those offices and talking to them directly. So remember, the question is what, after it has given us maybe the relevant authorities in Nigeria, we now want it to be more specific to Imo State. So in Imo State, Nigeria, the regulations and guidelines for the installation of solar street light may be governed by the following. Right, so look at this word, may. Right, so it gives you like everything you need. So it's now left for you to do your findings. Awesome. From this response you are giving, I want you to incorporate this into the proposal drafted earlier and cost estimate. One more thing to consider is that each piece of solar street light is standalone, so there's no need for sizing of cables, solar panels, inverters, and all that. Remember, while we were doing the cost estimate, there was a place where ChatGPT mentioned sizing of cables, solar panels, and inverters. Right, so but there's no need for all that if it's standalone, right? If it's standalone, there's no need for all that. So we go ahead and task ChatGPT to come up with the result that we need. Right, so all these responses that it has mentioned, I want ChatGPT to incorporate it into the already existing proposal. Is all right. Now after it has done all that, it still did this. Okay, it doesn't give out the figures, so let's just ignore it for now. Please note that the cost estimate provided is based on the current pricing and it's subject to change due to market fluctuations. Definitely market changes. All right, so we'll provide a detailed breakdown of costs in the formal agreement upon project approval, and this is super awesome. So with ChatGPT you can actually modify things. Is okay. Now make the following updates and recalculate. Labor cost is now 850,000 naira. Before it was some figure. Labor cost was 350,000. Now logistics is 650,000. Miscellaneous is 500. So we can now make the following changes and modify it. Right, so certainly here is the updated cost estimate with the revised labor cost, logistic cost, and miscellaneous expenses. So please note that the updated labor costs have been incorporated into the cost estimate. The grand total will be calculated based on the revised values. So are you seeing what's happening here? You can do this, right? Just know what you want. So great, thank you. More updates coming. Meanwhile, go ahead and update the proposal to reflect these changes. All right, now ChatGPT will answer you yes, boss, and it goes ahead to do what you ask it to do. How about that? All right, so continue generating, and it continues until it gets to the end. Wow. So we are increasing the quantity of 24i solar to 200 pieces and the order to 100 pieces. Effect these changes in the proposal and cost estimate. Now look at what happens. You can modify already existing changes, right? And ChatGPT will effect those changes and recalculate. How about that? It will effect those changes and recalculate. Is that right? Alright, I want it to always come up with the figure, right? Instead of giving us this, or maybe we should just ignore it, right? Or let's just ignore it and continue. So we want to add more addition to the cost estimate. Alright, so certainly please provide me with the additional details. So it's ChatGPT is now waiting for you to update it accordingly. So these are the updates. So outdoor galvanized street light pole with concrete base support and accessories is this. So we'll be needing 150 in quantity. So solar light support pole and fittings on existing service pole is that. So we'll be needing 150 in quantity also. So modify logistic cost to this. Alright, so modify solar light, galvanized steel pipe, and solar and fittings to site. Alright, so these are the many modifications needed. So remember, this thing is something that fits your needs. Alright, so I already drafted this, and this is what fits my need in this case. Alright, so I want ChatGPT to always give the figure. Please always provide the figures. Alright, so because I'm not very comfortable with it just telling me, okay, this is grand total. I don't like it. Okay, so I don't want to be seeing it. So apologies for the oversight. Here is the updated cost estimate with the figures included. Very good, awesome. Alright, so very good, awesome. So this is good and awesome. Alright, so this is good, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad the updated cost made me check crime. If you have any further questions or any additional assistance, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm here to help. Definitely, you are here to help ChatGPT. So we will incorporate this in the proposal. So it goes ahead to incorporate this in the overall proposal. Wow. When I started noticing the power of ChatGPT, I had to come up with a whole lot of things you can do. There's nothing I do now that I don't use ChatGPT. Alright, if I just remember that, I can use ChatGPT for this, I go ahead to boom, jump in on that. You can also do the same. By practicing how to use ChatGPT, you can discover a whole lot of things. You can discover a whole lot of ideas and a whole lot of strategies and secrets to get your job done for you. Now, ChatGPT has done a lot of work for us already. So from information and cost estimate, can you create a bill of quantity from it? Alright, so we needed to create a bill of quantity at this time from the information that it has given us in the cost estimate. Alright, so this is the bill of quantity. So certainly, based on the information provided in the cost estimate, here is bill of quantity for the solar street light installation project in Umoma village. So how this. So please note that the quantities and costs mentioned above are based on provided information and should be verified and adjusted as necessary. So the bill of quantities provides a detailed breakdown of the quantities and costs associated with each item, giving a clear overview of the materials and services required for the solar street light. Now, this is amazing. So as an engineer, I'm sure you've gotten an insight into how you can use this. I'm sure you can also modify what you've already done to suit your needs. All right, so If you are happy about this, drop a comment for us, encourage us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.